Hey everyone, and welcome to Already Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Star Trek, the original series, Season 1, Episode 25. It's called The Devil in the Dark. Full spoilers for the episode as always. And first of all, apologies, we had to skip a week last week. It has been 2 weeks since our last Star Trek. We've had a very unfortunate week, a lot of bad luck. Stuff had to be delayed last week because of time, and then we had two technical faults on two different shows this week. It's been a
Yeah,
rough week.
it has, and it's strange. We haven't had any technical faults in a while, and then two in 1 week.
Yeah, and they're both different. There was different people on different ends. One was Tim's end, and then one was my end.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's just
so no, weird, but here we are. So Star Trek, Devil in the Dark. So this episode is about it's like a mining planet, a mining colony on this planet that are getting minerals and various things from a very rich planet in terms of the resources they're getting from it, and they're sort of digging down into lower and lower levels, getting stuff from the ground. And there's a monster killing the workers. So they call in the Enterprise, and Kirk, Spock, and McCoy beam down and investigate. And there's some mystery about what it might be, why it's doing what it's doing. There's also these very weird silicon balls that are perfectly spherical in every way, and Spock's fascinated by them. And then once everything's kind of revealed towards the end, and what the monster actually is, and why it was attacking back, that's when the actual social messaging kind of comes in. Because I think for the first half or so of the episode, it's very much there's a monster and they're looking for
yeah,
it, and
pretty much.
which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I enjoy a nice, fun little monster thing, but I'm glad that it got a bit deeper later on
Yeah.
because it gave me more to think and talk about. So
Do you know what? This is, I think, the first one that I do not remember watching at all. Like, I don't remember anything from this. All the others I've had at least vague memories. Nothing from this one.
I think I remember the horror, the monster, vaguely.
Right.
I remember that creature, but that's about it. As I say, it's a forgettable episode, though. It's actually quite good.
No, it is. It's pretty good. Which is why I don't understand why I don't remember it. And some of the ones I do remember.
It's odd, but here we are. And so they investigate, and the workers are all, they're all out for blood. Like 50 of their men at this point have died from this
Yeah.
thing, so they're like an angry lynch mob at this point. And they want to kill it, they want to find it. Kirk is looking for it to try to investigate what it could be. They sort of discover that it's tunneling through things, that it's completely silicon-based life form, which Spock suggests, and then McCoy's like, haha, Spock, you're making things up, yeah, Mr. Logical.
Yeah,
It's
you crazy
impossible.
bastard.
Yeah, but of course it is, and they find it, and they're searching. There's a lot of searching through rock tunnels.
Yeah,
A lot of that. They built a lot of sets for this one, where they're
they
sort of
did,
going through.
surprisingly so.
Yeah, but eventually Kirk runs into it, and it doesn't immediately attack him, and that's kind of where the meat of the episode comes, because he sort of realizes, okay, he's not immediately attacking me, and Spock then comes in and he mind melds with it, and that's how we actually get some information, and we get to maybe the core of what the episode's really about. But no, but I mean, we kind of already said so, but you liked it then.
I did, yeah. It was a lot of fun for the first half because
Yeah.
it was good what it was doing with the monster mystery stuff. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean,
And
a monster you can't see, and it keeps killing people, and you have to try and find it. I mean, it's simple, but it's effective when it's done well.
it is, and it was done pretty well. And then it got deeper, and it was like, okay, here's some actual interesting stuff to go with the fun. So yeah, it was a pretty solid episode.
Yeah, I think it was another good character showcase for the three leads, for Kirk,
Yeah,
Spock, and McCoy. Yeah, Spock being like, because when he realizes what it is, and he's like, no, we shouldn't kill this captain, because if it's maybe the last of its kind, it would be a crime against science. And Kirk quite rightly points out, though, yeah, but it's killed 50 people, and our mission is to protect the colony.
yeah,
There's a point where it's just not a safe thing to do, and Spock kind of agrees. Like, he's a logical person. He's like, yeah, I see no other option, but it's a shame. But he kind of brings the idea up again later on. But ultimately, when Kirk's the one in danger, Spock's the one saying, no, just we can't take the risk, Captain. Shoot it.
yeah. I think it's really interesting when it was everyone there. He was like, no, maybe we can capture it, because we can
Yeah,
all overwhelm it. But when it was one on one, he was like, no, you take no risks.
yeah.
You're too important.
And well, it's partly a logic, and he's the captain. First officers are not meant to let the captain die, as is tradition amongst any military body in the history of mankind. Um, I also get the feeling that he actually cares. Like,
Oh yeah,
there's a touch of like emotion in there, a little bit of feeling. Just obviously not a lot because it's Spock, but I get the feeling that it's because he actually doesn't want Kirk to die.
well
He's his
that's it. I
friend.
think we've seen at this point there is a friendship there
Yeah.
beyond just a. There's not. There's more than just a professional working relationship.
Well, yeah. I mean, at the end of the episode, after everything's wrapped up, we what seems to be every other episode seems to end with Kirk and McCoy having some fun at Spock's expense with trying to like goad him into admitting something or
It is, yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still not bored of them.
Oh, I don't mean either. No, it's good stuff.
Yes.
But no, so Spock comes in and he does his mind meld, and basically, ultimately, they find out that this creature, all the silicon spheres are actually eggs, and this creature's about to give birth to a lot of. Well, the eggs are about to hatch. She already
Yeah.
gave birth, but like the eggs are about to hatch, and the reason why she was fighting back is because the miners drilled into where her nest was and started
Yeah, and they
basically
were
killing
destroying them.
her kids. Yeah, so she retaliated in a relatively normal reaction.
Yes, I think it was an appropriate response for once.
Yeah. And it's because at this point, all the workers have been held back by some red shirts who are not letting them in. And you get the feeling, okay, they're the angry lynch mob out for blood. But Kirk and Spock, and then McCoy ends up coming in as well. And in fact, one of my favourite, damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor lines is in this episode because he says, damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer. Which I think
Fantastic.
is especially funny because it's still saving a life. It's still doctor work. It's just
Yeah, it's the
yeah.
way he actually fixes it is basically putting cement in it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's like, oh no, I fixed it. And he's got goo all over. He's like, oh, I've just some of that silicon-based mix we've got up there. I just packed it in, bandaged it up.
He's so proud of himself for being a bricklayer.
Yeah, what is it he says? Oh, I'm starting to think I could cure a rainy day. He's getting really good at his job. But that stuff's really good. That's obviously where the whole idea of like colonies like taking over like lands and other species and other types of people that they don't understand, and kind of it harkens back to all these things that have happened in history where maybe tribes that have been on their own are completely taken over by white man, as it were, white man cometh, and completely just don't disregard for who they were and what they are, what their methods were, and this is kind of an allegory to that, where Kirk says, no, these creatures are actually very peaceful and they're very logical, and they actually make tunnels, but naturally, if you actually just work with them with how they actually do things, it's actually beneficial to both parties. Like,
Yeah, it's coexistence is good, people. That's the point.
it is. I mean, if I was going to complain about it, it's the messages is maybe a touch on the nose in this one by the time it actually gets to the end of it.
Yeah.
But it's a solid message. It works really well, and you're kind of rooting for this weird rock-looking monster thing, which is very clearly a couple of people under like a blanket that's got some rocks
It's
stuck to
definitely
it.
like a rug, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're just kind of moving around. Honestly, which
I
doesn't.
think they're on a little. It's just one guy on a little trolley.
Oh, right,
He's just rolling around on the wheels.
I can see it. Honestly, my only complaint about that is that the end of the monster had like some fabric coming out, and I thought that made it look kind of obvious what it was.
Yeah.
It took me out of the disbelief. You let it happen, but the bit of fabric sticking out at the end just made it feel like, oh, this is a prop. This isn't a monster.
Yeah.
But that said, despite how silly the monster might look, Spock doing his mind meld with it was surprisingly effective. Like,
Yeah, because you see him. Like, he has emotion. Because he's feeling what it's feeling.
and I think it's a testament to Nimoy that it doesn't come off as silly. Like, he's shouting out the emotions of the Horta, and it's like, oh, pain, suffering, oh,
Yeah,
my children.
it could be. It could feel just really overdone, but it doesn't. It feels genuine.
Yeah, it does. And I like what I really like about this as well is that both Kirk and Spock at various points in this episode are kind of on the negative stance with how to deal with things, and that, oh no, we just have to kill it, kind of thing. But both of them, when the opportunity actually is there to not do that, to take the more peaceful option, they both take it.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting as well, especially with Kirk when he's in that mindset. It's when he's around the mob of everyone else, but when he's on his own and confronted with the reality of it, that's when he realizes.
But likewise, when the mob comes in at the end, he's the one who stands in front of them and says, "No, you're not going to kill this thing. This is what's going to happen."
They definitely killed that red shirt to get past, right? you kind of see him lying on the floor. I was like, maybe they just knocked him out, but I'm pretty sure he's dead.
I think it's been pretty established that Kirk does not care about his red shirts.
It doesn't.
Unless they're named Scotty. Anyone other than Scotty does not count if they're a red shirt. They're just expendable.
I like Scotty in this one as well. Actually,
Those are the
he
rules.
doesn't have much to do. But you know, when he's like, "Oh, can you build this?" He's like, "I can, but really, come on, that's ancient."
Yeah, because a part gets stolen from the reactor core on the planet. It gives us, honestly, if I'm going to make a complaint about the plot, it's that they set up this idea like sometimes Star Trek does this, where they'll have like the ticking time bomb mentality, where if we don't do something soon, like everyone's screwed. And here it's the reactor will overgo and everyone will die if they're down here after 48 hours, because this part's missing. My only complaint, it's fine enough as a concept. I just feel like they kind of let it go about halfway through, where they start really
I
thinking
also
about
feel
it.
like a lot of the time I like it, I like the ticking time clock, but I don't think it was really needed in this one because they already had, it's still whether or not they could save their life was the driving force for them, rather than, we're all going to die in 2 days. That was almost unimportant and just there because.
Yeah, it wasn't needed, and then they kind of just forgot about it. Once we got to a certain
basically
point.
at the end, they went, here's your pal back.
Yeah, once we got to Kirk in the room with the monster, it was completely out the window.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, it's got to be like, I've not seen one of those things in 20 years. I can't make one of those.
Yeah. I mean, I like Sky. He's fun.
Yeah, Sky's fun. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer. I love that line.
It's fantastic.
I love that line.
I don't think there's been a bad, I'm a doctor line.
There's not been a bad one, but there's been
Especially,
better ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a better one. This is a quality one. That's maybe my favourite yet.
Yeah.
I should have been keeping track actually. Every episode we get one, I should have been noting them down, and we could have looked back
Compare
and
at the
said, yeah, what's our top 10? I'm not a doc. Damn it, I'm not a something lines from McCoy. But no, that was a solid, fun episode. It started off like a sort of monster movie. There's something down there we need to find. But then ultimately it became this story about coexistence and not just running in and killing things first without understanding what you're doing. Some solid message in there. So, and likewise, it shows some great humanity as well because they're on comms to the leader of the colony at the end, and he's, the monsters aren't so bad once you get used to their appearance. And then that's when at least prompts them into like Spock joking about, the Horta said that about humans, but did quite like the ears. They're the most impressive part about human. I didn't have the heart to tell her that wasn't actually human. But no, it was the idea that as much as we're talking about not mistreating other people because they look different. In this case, it's more literal because it's an actually different species. There's also nothing wrong at the end with talking about the differences and actually.
Yeah, it's going, hey, you can be different and have jokes at each other's expense without it being ill-meaning.
Yeah. So, no, it's a solid episode of Star Trek. Had a nice message, had some fun monster stuff, and I actually really liked all the tunnel sets. Even though they looked really fake, don't get me wrong, but they were fun and colourful and had a nice vibe. So, there you go. That's Devil in the Dark. We should be back once again next week with more Star Trek. We should not have as much trouble to get fitting things in because shows are starting to disappear. It should be getting easier. But thank you very much for watching. Let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff helps us out a lot. Go to patreon.com/MailFuzzTV to see some of the bonuses you can get, including getting episodes of these Star Trek reviews a week in advance. But that's us. So thank you once again for watching. We'll see you next time. Keep watching TV, guys.